Hi, and welcome back. NXL action here. We're at Event 1 in Tampa Bay. This is Saturday, and we're watching some WNXL. I'm Matt Falvey. I'm fortunate enough to be joined by Nick Carney.
How we doing?
Good to see you again, Nick.
Good to be here, sir.
You're like ditching my hand. I'm like, oh, come on, handshake.
I thought we were adjusting. Like, this is him.
No. All right, Nick, introduce yourself besides Nick Carney. Who you play for?
Oh, yeah, so former player of Columbus level. Played for Pittsburgh Saints, who's now Pittsburgh Macedons. Took the season off, at least end of last year and this year, and just been focusing on playing 10-man with Fraction.
Well, welcome back. All right, we're going to start off with TIKI'S OHANA versus Immortal Angels. TIKI'S on your left in the red jerseys. TIKI'S put up a good match just a few minutes ago.
I say Immortal's doing that delay shot to then fill out.
Tiki pushing up the middle, but they're still kind of in a pocket play. No presence on the snake or Dorito side yet.
It's like both teams are 5 alive. Oh, Mortals are going to drop one, though.
There you go. You broke your commentator curse, Cherry. Got it out of the way.
Oh, running ref looking, but Mortals are going to push it into the snake here. Oh, but Tiki's are going to lose their snake player trying to make the fill. You can get Cyclops on that dive.
Tiki's fill into that mini Dorito. Mini Temple. Both mini Temples filled. Tiki's starting to spread it out. They're still up the middle. Pushing up to D2 now. So they're a 4-on-3 advantage.
Immortals on your screen here pushing it into the snake. Got 2 in the snake here with them. They do have that snake side tower who's now going to come off and look Dorito way.
Well, the field is turned on its side now for Immortals. They have great presence of the snake. This snake needs to start doing damage quick because they've lost their Dorito side. And as soon as OHANA can do something about that, the noose is just going to get real tight over here. So we need this snake player for Immortals to do damage quick.
I feel like this player in the center needs to have their head a little bit more on a swivel for Tiki's.
Yeah, she's in trouble here. Her butt pack is about to get blown up from the snake if she's not careful. There is a mini can, I believe, between the brick and that stand-up that's tough to see that kill. Tough to see that shot.
Dorito getting a look while Immortals pushes all the way up here to the 50 snake. And this is Jessica Lee Askren, the coach of Immortals. Oh, and this is going to be
It's going to be a trade. Not the worst for Immortals because they still have another player here in the snake. However, the Immortals are not doing the damage from the snake fast enough that they need. Now look at the freight train going down that Dorito side for Tiki. Tiki's crossed.
On their side.
Yeah, they're like their D3, D1.
I think it's just a solo Immortal player left in the snake here. Oh, and that is it. She's going to get taken out. Yeah, that was a really interesting field flop there.
Yeah, and, I say something like the Immortals need to do a lot of damage from the snake quick because otherwise they're good. But they don't know that. The snake doesn't know the full situation, what's going on. So I don't want to rip players apart. They don't have the same knowledge you and I do, and we're sitting here in a webcast booth or watching live at home.
I say Immortals, too, are a newer team under their new field, new ownership. I heard that $500,000 was thrown out for them.
Wow. I'm getting like $20 a day being here. What the hell?
I heard
on the wrong side of the net.
Tiki's acquired 2 players this year, both making 5 figs. So I mean, there's some money being thrown around out here in the WNXL. Speaking of money, we got FEMMES FATALE's coming out.
Yep.
Addison's.
FEMMES on the left, SURICATOS on the right. FEMMES, I can guarantee what you're going to see? You're going to see players flying up the middle. The FEMMES have been doing it game and game over. Nobody's been able to punish them yet for sending runners up the middle. I'm sure you're going to see Tammy flying up the middle. FEMMES make it. Oh, FEMMES are going to lose their player up the middle. They're going to get to the D1. 4 across the back for the FEMMES.
So no one coming off, though, on the right here.
5 alive for SURICATOS. FEMMES starting to spread out. They got out of the home to the mini temple over on the Dorito side. Oh, home player attempts to make a move forward for FEMMES. She runs right into a gun. That leaves 3 FEMMES left alive.
Is this Cat here? Can't see what her number is.
This one? I believe this may be Casey Erb attempting to take the snake, and it's not going to work. I could be wrong.
22.
Nope.
Casey. So you got the two Femmes left over there on the Dorito side and D1, and in the insert for the Doritos, looking towards the Snake Way, which they do have snake presence over here.
The Fem mini temple should probably drop back to home, or even try to get to the other temple. She needs to be able to cross it up.
I don't think they have the full body count, or where all the bodies are, the way she was just kind of shooting there.
There you go. She drops back to home. I'm not sure the SURICATOS fully understand the situation. I think SURICATOS have shot some bodies, and they've lost track of it. They should be more aggressive here.
Yeah, I mean, they're up in the D, like the Dorito 40 there.
There you go. Fem split out wide, doing exactly what she needs to do. Oh, her butt pack is in danger. There it is.
Oh, that's Martinez, too. Oh,
that Dorito's in trouble.
Really, just calling for a check. Yee here should just keep putting the paint on her, girl.
Yeah, she stopped to reload, but she needs to be behind more cover.
Yeah, reload. Get some more ammo in there. Keep dumping it. She needs some backup here, though.
So SURICATOS have that 50 brick over the Dorito side. I don't understand how the Fem is still alive in this crunch. There's going to be a run through. It's going to work. That's going to let Yee just finish it out.
What a good sports last name, too, the Yee.
I believe she has a line of shoes named after her. I'm kidding. That's Kanye.
We'll have to check those out later.
Yeah, I think they're just Crocs that are
Sharpied on Yee.
Yeah.
That's all they can afford.
No, that's what I've heard. The legitimately like the Kanye, the Yeezys.
Yeah.
Are like these just big foam. They're basically Crocs. People are like, why am I paying $500 for this? All right, we've diverted from the point here. Back on the field, we're going to have Immortal Angels versus TIKI'S OHANA. So we want to take a moment to thank one of our sponsors. That would be AlabamaPaintball.com. If you're in that area, swing by, give them a chance. They've got a lot of events they can run for you. They sponsor the webcast. Please help support them. You'll keep us and our nonsense on the air. All right, Immortal Angels, 1-point deficit, 12.5 in the clock. That's a ton of time.
Let's see what happens here off the break. Ooh, Immortal's making a hard, aggressive push here. Tiki's kind of taking the more defensive, double the home, guns up.
Well, Immortals lose 2 players on the breakout to that Dorito side. They are in the snake. Once again, I'm going to say the same thing I said last point. The Immortal snake player needs to do some damage quick because they've lost their entire Dorito side once again.
Let's see, Tiki's are pushing it into the snake here. You can't see it on your screen, but she is tucked up in there in like the second little wing.
Mercedes for Immortal, wrapping around looking for kill. If she doesn't see a kill, she needs to move forward. Again, the pressure's on. There's a clock ticking now, whether you know it or not, and that is you got to do something effective quick.
Well, she's getting into a good position. I say we got Askren back there taking heat also.
Yeah.
But the way that their tower player is playing, though, it looks like someone is trying to give her the business.
Crystal Welton, is under pressure from that Dorito side. Again, Mercedes, it's not fair, but the pressure's on you to make this happen.
Well, here's the thing. If she comes into this 50 Dorito heads up, she will be able to see that Dorito if she looks inside, which she's going to take the crawling route, which is going to let Tiki's get on their feet and get to the 50 sooner.
That puts that mini temple at risk, and there it is.
They don't know she's there. Oh, she looked away at the terrible time.
Nothing really went right for Immortals on that one, unfortunately.
That's one of Tiki's new pickups, Paige, who I believe came from the High
Vassar.
Rollers.
Yeah, I believe you're correct. Yep. So Paige Vassar is going to finish that one out. If I'm the Immortal Angels coach, you need to figure out what's going on your Dorito side. Your Dorito side is dying on the run out. Choose some different running lanes or pull up short, make it secondary bumps.
I think losing 2 off the break, though, was the big issue for that one.
Yeah, yep.
That was 2 off the break makes it fairly hard to do something about.
Yeah. If you listen closely, you can hear the death knell at the beginning of each.
We got Femmes coming out to your right.
Suricato's up by a point. Again, we got about 12 and a half on the clock, so that's hours of time in paintball.
Where are the Suricatos from?
I believe we know they're from South America. I forget which country. Interesting, Letty is limping. Rojas is limping out there. Number 19 for Suricatos. She might be playing through an injury.
Say FEMMES. I think that's FEMMES going to lose 1.
Suricatos are going to lose 3. They're going to get a penalty. They already lost one of their players off the break. They're down to 2 left up the middle. There's no real retreat from the middle of this field. Once you take it, you're going to move forward or die there. So there's not a good way for them to drop back and set up some kind of crossfire.
Which I don't think these 2 players know that they've lost their back players. I don't think they're aware that a grenade went off for them. Although, if you're this tower player, you're seeing your bodies walking. She's going to get picked up on the back, trying to make that backfill.
Yeah, that leaves just number 10 up there, Sophia.
And she's also going to get the hammer dropped on her.
Again, that's a reward in paintball. When you're the most survivable player of your team, your reward is often to get swarmed by the opponents. That's rough.
It's a quick point there by FEMMES. Good work on their part. Go back to this TIKI'S and Immortal Angels. So what do you think? If you're Immortal Angels, coach, and you're going to send your 5 out there, what are you sending them out there to do?
Well, I'm going to pull up on the Dorito side because they've lost 2 bodies on the run out Dorito side both times, and that's allowed the field to get flipped on them. And even though they're doing good work in the snake. They're doing good work in the snake, but they lose entirely. So you pull them up short. You start talking about secondary bumps instead of runouts. Don't try to take D1 on the run out. That's not working.
I mean, almost 11 minutes left in this match. Still plenty of time to make things happen.
All right, Tiki on your left, up by 2 points. They're making a big run into the snake. They get into the mini brick. 5 alive.
Looks like Immortals are going to lose their snake player and their Dorito player.
God help me. There's going to be some conversations in the Immortal pits about that Dorito. And that doesn't mean, by the way, this does not mean the Dorito player is doing something wrong. When you get shot on the run out, it's often because the other team's doing something right, not that you're screwing up. Now, if you're going to the same place and getting shot over and over again, then your coach is sending you to your death.
So there you go. Tiki's calling out the kill 3 there. So there's no one going to take a walk in. It's just a snake side tower. And the snake left for Immortals here. So let's see. I believe
Paige
it's
is
Paige
going to wrap.
again.
And I think she gets the shot on the hopper,
trade.
But it's a trade, yeah. That's a fine trade if you're Tiki. You're already up bodies. Keep trading bodies. That's fine.
I mean, she as a front attacker, you did your job. You got down the field. You took a body with you. You caused some chaos.
Yep.
Tiki's now getting the kill 4 across the board, trying to find this last body.
There you go. Tiki refilling the Dorito, refilling the snake.
They now recognize and they found her and calling it out. So
they're in the left side 50 standing wedge. Her butt pack is fighting her to give up a pod, though. That was a long reload.
Use some Lay of Lakes butter to grease them up to get those pods out.
Butter solves most of life's problems. As a fat kid, I can assure you. That and carbs.
Yeah. Listen, you got pods stuck. Throw some butter on it, slide it in. It's going to come out.
Land O'Lake that up.
So Tiki's putting another point up on the board.
Yeah,
at 3-0.
Mercy in this league is at 5 points. So we're starting to approach that territory for Tiki.
Which, so I can't contest. I've been at Tiki's. I've seen the Tiki's girls come and put in the work, so they've been practicing pretty tough, which is showing out here.
All right, we're going back to the FEMMES Fatale versus Suricatos. 11 and a half on the clock. Again, a million hours on the clock as far as game time is concerned. Again, I don't see any reason to expect anything different. We're probably going to see FEMMES push up the middle on the breakout. I wouldn't be shocked if we see a Tammy Adamson running all the way up to the 50. That's been going on a bit today. Casey Erb probably trying to get into that snake again.
She's going to go all the way up, and FEMMES is going to do this delay shot out to the snake, is going to make it. say, so FEMMES did lose one off the break.
Yeah, they lost their snake side runner.
And it looks like the FEMMES Dorito player is either trying to get the other person to talk or come to her. And it was come to her.
Yeah,
okay.
You're right.
Now they're having a nice little conversation over there.
Nick is the WNXL whisperer. He just looks at them, knows what they're saying. All right, looks like we got Casey in the snake here for FEMMES. He's dropping low, looking to get underneath the stream that's coming in. I love that. That's frustrating for the opponent when they put a stream where they think they can stop you and you just go under it.
So they're also going to match her in the snake and start making their progression down. Oh, and there was a move in the center that just happened.
Casey's going to wrap. Casey's not aware of the snake presence in front of her. That's a little bit of danger.
I'll say, but their snake player is also just not aware of what's happening right now.
True.
Oh, Tammy just picked up on her, though.
Oh, she might have clipped her. No.
They're also going to fill out behind her, bring her some support, which is good. She needs to be yelling what's shooting at her to get her back player some kind of help her some.
Tammy's going to give up gun dominance to reload. That is going to be tough. She's going to have to fight back.
Interesting maneuver there.
Movement up the D side by SURICATOS. I believe they're into the D3 now.
Oh, and Tammy's going to get diced up by that player that was in the center.
That leaves Casey on her own. Casey crosses the 50. She's putting herself in a bad gunfighting situation.
Say this tower, though, coming off her is not ideal.
Oh, there's a miner being thrown on SURICATOS.
Ooh, and then a trade in the center. Are there Oh, yep. SURICATOS do have two players left. I don't know where this other snake player just emerged from, but she's up here in the 50.
It is full on chaos. Bodies are walking off in every direction.
And they have a Dorito presence also. I believe she was up in the D4.
For FEMMES, we're holding on to that mini temple on the Dorito side.
Oh, now in the 50 Dorito here on your screen. Mm-hmm. She's looking, but she can't quite get the shot on her because she is just probed inside. The SURICATOS player, though, is doing the right move, going low and crawling. Such a small player, too. Oh. She says go.
I think we have the D2.
I don't think she knows what's in front of her, though.
No. And she just
lost. Did get the D2 kill, so now it's just this Dorito side
mini
temple left.
Oh, nice shot. That was a kill he desperately needed.
So now it's going to take it to a one-on-one. So it's going to be a one-on-one over here on the Dorito side. Yep. SURICATOS player does know where she is. So does the FEMMES player. So it's going to see who can work it better here.
FEMMES player has more lateral movement options in this one-on-one. I'd like to see her try it out. If she puts a little bit of pain on the SURICATOS, she could slide sideways. There it is.
SURICATOS player's looking.
She doesn't know. SURICATOS doesn't know about that remove. Oh, she got through the lane. Danielle, no, you're going to run to your death on that one, FEMMES. Wow, I'm
pointing like it was maybe a trade.
I'm proven wrong. No, they're giving her a check.
We got a ref over here examining
the evidence. She's clean. FEMMES are going to win this one. A wild point goes in favor of the FEMMES.
SURICATOS had that. If she would have had her gun up when she went to come, she would have shot her in that gap.
So that's the beauty of one-on-one movement. I'm sure you know better than I do, but by relocating one-on-one movement, the other guy doesn't know it. It gives you an extra split second when you engage in that gunfight where their gun is unsure. And
I believe this is Martinez too. Oh, Heather.
Yeah, Heather Grosinger pulled that off. Well done.
That was well played one-on-one. So here we go. We got Angels scurrying out to the box.
You know, that's another thing we've seen this weekend, which surprised me. A lot of teams very late to get to the box.
We got TIKI'S also scurrying. The last player trucking along.
Yep.
Are you on the box 15 seconds before, 30 seconds before, or are you running up right?
No, I'm 45 seconds before. I'm terrified of being late to the box. I'm 2 hours early to the airport every time.
Okay,
oh, no, there's
TIKI'S on your screen.
There's a fumble for the Angels player, but she still manages to recover and gets into that snake corner anyways. Should have cost her life, but somehow it doesn't.
Oh, TIKI'S player going to get called clean.
Immortal getting a check. She's called clean. 5 clean Immortals. They're up the middle at that 40-yard line stand-up wedge, and they're spread across the back.
It looks like we got some good communication here between the Angels back here in the back.
Well,
they are going to lose their center player, though.
And they're pinned along that back row now.
Which... it seems like the only person really stopping this corner is the home. But she is going to get through that gun and release up into the snake.
There you go.
So she's now matched up to the TIKI'S, but obviously they're both going to now play the progressor. This looks like the TIKI'S player is going to crawl a little bit faster and a little bit farther.
Yeah, TIKI'S a bit ahead in this race. Immortals do take that D1. Is she looking for paint? No, she's still got paint.
Mercedes. I do want to see Mercedes kind of, she needs to make up for that point that she lost when she was gunned down looking around when she got ran down. Which,
oh no,
this might be a repeat here.
This might not be a good time to wrap. She's unaware of the danger in front of her.
Nope. I think this is Paige. Oh, Paige is going to.
God, great work by
check
Paige.
And get it real quick.
However, a Tiki player coming off from that Dorito side. Oh, Paige blows up that mini temple over on the Dorito side.
Not. Oh, it is Paige. Okay, I would say for a second.
D1 walking off. Immortal coach has seen enough. Going to throw the towel on that one. They're down. They're going to be down by 4 points with 7.5 on the clock, meaning they're 1 point away from a mercy rule. Hey, I'm going to take a moment to thank one of our sponsors, because the sponsors is what keeps us running. This is HydroFit. HydroFit is obviously a big company. Everybody knows about them nowadays. This is their pair of pants. I was talking to JD. He's pretty proud of these, because what he really wanted to do was design a pair of pants that you could wear not just for paintball. So they just went with one symbol. Really tough, stretchy material. You can either wear it as playing pants or just out on the street. So if you get a chance, stop by HydroFit. This is a company that supports us. If you support them, you help keep the webcast going. So thank you very much to HydroFit. Suricato's down a point. 7.5 on the clock.
Suricato's on your break out here, pushing
big run up
deep
the middle.
into the 50.
That is a new run pattern I've yet to see this weekend.
And we got a runner ref to come see if it's paid off.
Looks like it's clean.
Oh, it was not clean. She did not make it.
Oh, no? All right. Well, it's worth a roll of the dice, I suppose.
I mean, there's a lot of time left. You're only down by 1. Those are things that is okay to see.
Yeah, and they're going to lose their snake tower also. So Suricato's just 3 players alive, both D1, home, and mini temple on the snake side.
It looks like FEMMES are losing one. I see someone running over there.
Yep.
Oh, FEMMES are going to get a minor.
Oh.
A running ref chasing. Is a minor going to turn into a major?
Never good. All right, well, that gives some hope for the Suricatos. I believe we're back to 3-on-3. Suricato's pushing that Dorito side up to D3, now into the snake.
I do like this here. Guns up, moving down the field. The Suricato player is doing it right. Now what she needs to do is
right needs to her.
She needs to make sure this doesn't go bad. Here's the thing. Shadows are set, and you should be able to see that.
There it is.
There you go.
Great kill.
Little night-night. Hello, I'm right here.
Here's one for your noggin. You know what? The Suricatos saw that miner go in the air, and it just activated all of their sleeper assassin mode. They all jumped up and just started going downfield doing damage.
There you go. Suricatos tying it up. Wait to get the thumbs up there. There we go. It's tied up with 6 minutes left in the match.
Another thing we have not seen much on this field this weekend is dirty hangs. I think I've seen one single dirty hang. That could be because the players are doing a really good job of being clean, or I suspect the refs are doing a really good job of not letting you get that far with a hidden hit on you.
Or the third option, where players are doing a really good job of making sure stuff disappears.
Yeah, that's all right. All right.
There we go.
You got the car wash option on board. Yeah.
So there we go. TIKI'S on your screen here with an impressive 4-0 lead right now over Immortal Angels. 7 minutes and 27 seconds left on this time.
Immortal Angels are 1 point away from getting mercied out of this match. They can't afford to lose another point. With 7.5 on the clock, it's possible to score 4 points.
Great backdrop there with the stadium in the background.
Yeah, isn't it?
Here we go. Immortals digging deep here.
Use OHANA up the middle. They lose their first player on from the Dorito side.
So it looks like it is a 44, both losing one player off the break. Immortal Angel player, though, is digging deep and crawling down the snake.
Tiki's into the snake, but way further back. Immortals got an advantage on that. Is that Mercedes again for Immortals?
No, it is not Mercedes. This is a new player. Which, if she just...
That's Vivian Pham. Vivian Pham's going to trade out. No, there's going to be a... Is it a minor or major?
That was a major, because she got shot and she spun.
Yeah, the refs... No, I think they're going to call it a minor, because I think they only pulled one body. Yeah, there it is.
I believe that's all players pulled, though, so that should be time.
Well, yeah, you are correct.
So
at the time they went to pull that minor, the middle tower, which is what they wanted to go pull, got shot just by coincidence. So they ended up pulling the home. I don't think it goes to time because they had enough bodies to fill, right?
Correct.
So you're going to go ahead and let Immortals hit the buzzer. You don't stop the clock. Well, I say that. They stop the clock. The only way that the clock stops right there is if it was a major and they didn't have enough bodies to fulfill that major. You can see one.
That's we've got a ref kneeling out there, so that's what they're trying to.
I thought that was a player sitting behind a
looked like one at first.
Yeah.
He could be a player, maybe in some alternate universe.
In another life.
Another life. Nice chose a life of reffing.
So they're not going to discuss it too long. They didn't stop the break time. They're rolling out the next two teams.
We got FEMMES on your screen here. Tied game, 6 minutes left. See what the SURICATOS and the FEMMES can do.
FEMMES do what FEMMES do. They push up the middle. I believe that's Casey Erb going to the stand-up 40-yard line wedge. Probably Tammy Adamson right behind her in the snake tower. 5 alive, both teams.
Oh, a running ref is going to take out one of the SURICATOS player that was up in the center.
Yeah. So 5-on-4 advantage for the FEMMES.
And this is, she's going to get a check.
No, she's going to take a walk and she's going to take some extras.
Those are free. You don't have to pay for those.
Take them home, Roxana.
Yep. That was a present, a gift, some would say. Martinez filling over from the home into the snake here.
Nice work by Andrea.
Which SURICATOS recognized it and saw it and were trying to throw some paint there to slow it down, which it did work.
SURICATOS tower is either trying to do a bounce shot off this brick, or she's shooting the wrong bunker.
If she would just take the shots in a little bit more, she might actually get the bounce.
Yeah, I think they've misidentified the snake one. They believe that she's behind the mini brick. Andrew's going to slide forward another couple bunkers.
I mean, why not? The paint's over you.
Here's a danger zone right here. If she goes around this mini wedge, if Andrea goes around, and the SURICATOS player is shooting down, she can absolutely blow her up. All right, Andrew's going to get
Tammy's
past that.
Going to take the walk from behind her. SURICATOS player is going to release up.
There it is.
SURICATOS player is going to get stitched up in the side.
Casey's going to trade. That's actually a good trade for FEMMES. I got no problem with that. That leaves their snake player alive.
Their Dorito player, though, needs to look this way. She looks this way. Martinez is staring at her. Okay, she is hit. Wow, I thought that was going to be interesting.
Their refs are trying to assess a penalty. I'm not sure they have a body to assess.
We got one of the FEMMES players running and fist pumping that she drew it, so that's
a major. That's a red flag flying. Martinez is walking off the field. FEMMES just got a major. I'm not sure they have the bodies to fulfill it. They might not only lose this point, they may have to start down a body.
I feel like
shenanigans are afoot.
Yeah, something's going on right now. The refs are talking, flags are flying.
Yeah.
We got our head ref walking over to give the deciding factor of what happened. Oh, he's getting way back to the puddle.
So Mikhail has got the phone out. That's the ultimate ref in the gray jersey with the yellow trim. When he pulls the phone out, that means he's seen something on the webcast. The refs are using the webcast to try to get things right, by the way. It's not exactly replay, but they're trying. Well, that was a messy point. I still don't fully know what's going on over there. We're watching the refs have a conference. We're trying to do the lip reading thing, see what they think.
A lot of finger pointing, looking up at the time.
Yeah.
So we'll see what comes of this.
I mean, FEMMES are doing great there, pushing the snake, killing up bodies. Nice trade out by Casey Erb to free up her snake player to do damage, Martinez. And then I saw flags flying and Martinez walking back.
Well, they gave the point to the FEMMES on the scoreboard here that we just saw.
Okay.
So maybe they start down 1? Question mark.
SURICATOS coach looks happy with whatever just happened.
I heard a thank you. So.
Yeah. Not a what the hell.
And it wasn't a passive-aggressive thank you either. Okay, so here we go. We got the TIKI'S.
All right, Immortals in a 3-point hole. 6 minutes, 30 seconds. That's plenty of time. I'd say on average, the WNXL points are averaging about 2.5 minutes. It's possible. It's certainly possible to get 3 points in 6.5 minutes, but they need to make the points fast.
Looks like we have
the best fast points on this field, I believe, actually come from going up the Dorito side.
Well, they took Mercedes out for the Angels. That was the player who got dunked on at least 2 times in the snake. So
she's in concussion protocol?
Oh, I don't know about that. Just more so like you're not guarding yourself and trading. So
one more concussion and she gets coloring books for the rest of her life for Christmas.
It's not terrible.
Yeah, it has been a painful experience.
It's all part of sport, though. You give some welts, you take some welts.
Yeah. Welts are a really good learning lesson. There's a real good way to reinforce lessons that you need to learn when there's pain.
I didn't realize we had height on here. That's an interesting stat.
Yeah, that's unusual. Some of our score sheets have heights on them. All right, 3 on the clock. Here we go. Immortals on your left, Tiki on your right. Tiki in the driver's seat.
Ooh, and she...
Immortal.
How to say it? Unfortunately, the Immortal Angel snake player tried to get traction and go right off the rip and slipped a little bit, which could have led to her early death.
Yeah, that's Vivian Pham. She's not going to make it to the snake.
So I'll say both teams are losing a player per side.
4-4.
TIKI'S is pushing the advantage here. Paige is crawling up into the 50 snake here.
Big advantage for Tiki. If Paige can turn this corner. They're not aware. Immortal is not aware of this brick.
No, I mean, but she had 2 guns over here shooting into the snake blindly, but no one exactly could pinpoint where she was.
Yep.
Which I think now looks like Askren here was reacting,
figuring out
to what she saw.
Okay.
Oh, there it is. There's a call. Someone's yelling 50 snake.
Vivian lost the element of surprise there. Vivian should probably look right, see if she can pick up any cheap kills cross field on the Dorito side. A front player, I'm a big proponent of always move and look for free kills. Move and look for free kills. So if the Immortal Angel there is locked onto her, it's time to stop. Look to the right, see if there's any free kills over on the Dorito side. Not looking your way.
Looks like TIKI'S is going to lose another player out of the center structure area.
There we go. There's a kill from the snake tower. Immortal's going to drop a player.
The Angels over here in the 50 Dorito going to their side of the field.
However, the Angels are sending a body up to that Dorito also.
Oh, and she is going to it's going to be a minor.
No. Paige is going to take a walk.
That is unfortunate there for Paige. She does all that work, crawls all the way up to the 50, is there ready to do work, and then you get pulled out on a penalty.
For the sins of others.
So, I mean, Immortals here bringing it back to a 2-point.
Yeah, respectable score, decent amount of time left on the clock. All right, closer game over here. We got Suricatos down by 1 point, 4 minutes on the clock. Plenty of time to do what you want. If I'm Suricatos, you got to figure out a way to punish the middle play of FEMMES. FEMMES are a little bit predictable in what they're doing, and it's working. So I guess no reason to stop it, but it is a little predictable.
Like Suricatos are only starting with 3, though.
Are they down that many?
Some confusion on which box to go to.
Yeah, you are right. There's only 3 Suricatos. If I'm the coach, I see my Suricatos players do something amazing quick, or else I'm going to towel out of this one, save the clock.
I mean, they made it wide.
Yep.
The Suricatos are doing a good job. They made it all the way out to the D2, the home. But the D2 player is getting a thorough check-in. Suricatos are going to lose 1 player.
Yeah, I think you towel out. You're now 2 on 5, and the clock is going to kill you soon.
Yeah, you got 3 minutes and 42 seconds left. They did drop 2 FEMMES.
Okay.
So it's a 2 on 3 now.
That's not bad. Then maybe hold off on that towel.
What's going to happen, though, is if this FEM player can scooch just a little bit more and get a shot on this Dorito player.
Scooch accomplished.
I believe that is Roxana. I think I said that right.
She's hunting. She's now able to wrap. She's looking at that.
So I say if Roxy here can... Oh. So she's shooting the Snake's Eye Tower. Going to get picked up on this move here, though.
That's fine.
Oh, but the Suricato player is going to try to release and get picked up by the center player.
Towel. If you're the Suricatos coach, you got to towel out.
This would be the toweling moment.
Yeah. Or
get shot moment. One of the two.
Well, the Suricatos coach let her players play for another minute or so. That's great and all, but that's a lot of time off the clock that you're going to need.
That's a hard call to make. So you started with 3, you dropped 2, you lost 1. So, I mean, at that point, your girls were doing a good job, but just wasn't enough.
I would say once your bad guys cross this 50 brick over here on the Snake's Eye, that just towel it out. Don't wait. You know your players are going to die in the backfield at that point. Just towel out. Let it go. Again, I said it before at the beginning of the match, we have so much more information as sitting here watching the webcast than you do as a player or even as a coach. It is sometimes unfair to criticize them because they don't have the same amount of information we do. So I'll retract some of my criticism.
I'm going to keep my criticism going, though.
Keep it going.
I'm going to keep it going.
Keep the bad vibes flowing, Nick.
So there you go. Tiki's on break. Going to lose 1.
Tiki's doubled up
Angels, though, don't lose any and have Snake presence going.
Tiki's now into the Snake also.
Page is going to make it in there, though.
Tiki's home players got to find a way to split out. They can't stay doubled up there. Oh, ref takes a nasty hit.
They have the red alert call being made, and Tiki's player is going to make it out.
There you go. Yep, we're up. Okay.
You got a ref staring at him, and you're still going to go check him. I love it.
What's really unfortunate about that is she was unseen by the Immortal Angels, and that kind of ref check could give away her position. There you go. Shoot and move. I love that.
So we got Angels on your screen here. You can see all 5 bodies of the Angel up and going. So you got Jessica Ashman back here, getting her Snake player down the field, going to match up the Tiki's player.
I believe D3 just
got
got
match
taken.
Up, I'm sorry. Yeah, another one in there.
Mortal Angels moving up that Dorito side. I think they're into the D3. Now they're going to get a check in the middle.
Okay, here we go. On your screen here, you see the Mortal Angel player moving up. I say, but as she's moving up there, that bunker's taking a lot of heat.
Oh, there you go. Your middle player's blown up for
Tiki.
Tiki.
Get a kill. Oh, but minor on...
Yeah, minor on Immortal, I believe. Tiki's going to lose their Snake player. That was Paige taking a walk for Tiki.
So, I think this is... Say Mercedes up here in the 50 Dorito, or 50 Snake.
Yep.
With Jessica backing her.
So this home bunker for Tiki's is in a lot of trouble. She doesn't know it yet. D1 has just picked up on the presence of that snake. Immortals are slow rolling it, which is okay if they win this point, and they probably will based on their situation. But if they're slow rolling it and they lose this point, the match is over.
Yeah, we're down to 2. So, I mean, what needs to happen is the 2 Angel players on this side, actually 3, because they all are right here in shouting distance.
Yep.
They all can talk to each other. They need to kind of put this together quicker.
Immortals have the bodies to go ahead and risk. Their front player can take some risks here.
The move, what she needs to do, there she goes. She's going back inside. She needs to go back inside, get on her belly, and crawl to their side.
She's going to, is she going to jump onto the highway? Maybe look for middle? Mercedes trying to figure it out. Frankly,
she's doing a lot of back and forth here.
There you go. She's back to the brick.
There you go. Now she's talking back to her back player.
We're now down to a minute 20. Now we're past the point where they're going to win this and still be in position. Now they're risking not having enough time to go and win another point. Oh, she's going to get blown up.
That was a good switch on the TIKI'S player right when they needed to.
So Mercedes, unfortunately, is going to take a walk. For Immortals, this went from a good point to maybe a bad point just because of the time. They're under 60 seconds. Now they're losing bodies. This is the match slipping away from them.
Which, I mean, yeah, the
middle.
Yeah, unfortunately, the Immortal players are just kind of crossed up sitting right now.
Yeah.
Not really looking to go forward and get some wins here. You get that 60-second call, you're down on bodies, you need to start going.
Yep. So, to be fair, Immortals, a newer team. They're learning this. Their on-field situational awareness really didn't serve them on this one.
Yeah, now we're seeing some life out of Immortals, making some moves here, but it's about
15 seconds left.
A minute too late.
Yeah. So TIKI'S are just going to ride this one out. We're going to get down to the last 5 seconds of the game. Even a kill here is not going to change this. TIKI'S are going to win this match 4-2. All right.
So unfortunately, that did not go the way that Immortals wanted to go. Congratulations to TIKI'S.
Yep, well done.
So now we're in X-Ball. For those of you who don't know, when X-Ball happens, you no longer have that time limit really in between. You now have 2 minutes or 3?
You go up to 2 minutes. You go from a minute, I believe it's a minute and a half between points to 2 minutes. Now that sounds luxurious. Oh, we gave you an extra 30 seconds, but you don't have another game going on in between yours and the other team. So you really only have 2 minutes, and it's real frantic in that pit.
And this is where a good pit crew is going to come in handy, and also not having 6 players, having more players, which I believe all of the WNXL do have good deep rosters.
Yeah, they have deep rosters. All right, FEMMES on your left. They're in the driver's seat. There's just under 3 minutes left for SURICATOS. Need to pull something out. FEMMES attacking up the middle. It's predictable, but it's working. Casey Erb up that middle. And they're out to the D1. I believe that's Tammy Adamson and the Snake Tower over here for FEMMES.
I mean, we got 5 alive across the board for both teams. Yeah, Tammy making that tower has been, I feel like she's done it, what are we up to, 6 points?
Yeah.
6 points in a row without taking any heat.
Every time.
Oh, SURICATOS are going to lose the first body coming off the Dorito side.
However, FEMMES lose their home at the same time, so we're back to 4-4. FEMMES going to take the snake.
So Roxy going to make the move into the snake. Wow. Oh, FEMMES is trying to make a big move out to the corner and gets picked up on the snake side here.
FEMMES are not playing it as if they're up on points and trying to grind clock. They're going out there trying to win this point. Which, to be fair, they win this point, they put this match out of reach.
So we're down to about a minute 30 left in this match.
I would say SURICATOS need to win this the next 30 seconds for them to have enough time to realistically.
Here we go. Move through the center, it looks like.
Put another point on the board.
Where, I say, FEMMES does have that D3 player who's up there.
Didn't work for SURICATOS. She's unfortunately going to take a walk. They do take the D3, though, at the same time.
It looks like a little battling happening over there.
That puts Tammy in risk. She's gone. They're going to do a run through over here, I believe. Nope, that's just a dead player walking off.
I would say FEMMES with the one body left. So now you're down by 3.
Yeah, with a minute on the clock.
And a minute on the clock.
That's a tough towel. I agree. I understand toweling just because you're probably not going to win the point. You've lost the point, but a minute left it's not enough for 3 points.
It really depends on point margin too. You
Yep.
know, I don't know how close SURICATOS are to being in the top 2, but if you think you can towel it and get a point back in 30, why not?
And at least
or a minute. I'm sorry, they got a minute left, which I feel like it is possible to get 1 to 2 points if you do full court press and you're making it.
Yep. So with 1 minute on the clock, if you're the SURICATOS and this point starts, your feet cannot stop. If you plant both feet to stop and shoot, you're saying that we're not going to win this in under a minute.
Yeah, I'm sending each player 4 pods max.
Yeah,
that's all you get. You need to make those 4 pods count. You need to go.
Maybe psychologically you give them 1 pod each to say that you're not like Cortez burning his ships when he reached the New World. You're not coming back from this.
So I mean, I've seen a lot. So I was watching the pros earlier and commentating with Maddie earlier on that, was watching a lot of damage. Diesel drain their packs. A lot of shooting. I feel like with the WNXL, I haven't seen a lot of that.
Yeah. You know what? I've seen some on the semi-pro side today running out of paint, but you're right. On the WNXL, I haven't seen players running out of paint yet. So
I'll say if I'm a coach and I'm listening to this, it's my one word, my one thing I'll give you is get your players rolling their gun a little bit. Drive that paint bill up. Again, you could go with the other psychological trick, which is take your butt packs away. You only have your hopper. You better go win this fast. We're not giving you the option to sit and shoot. We'll take a second to thank one of our sponsors. That's HydroFit. These are their knee pads. By the way, there's a Gen 1 and a Gen 2. You want to know the difference? It's this. Gen 2 has the cutout on the back, so for players that get pinched on the backside of the knee. According to JD from HydroFit, Gen 2 is not a better knee pad. It's just for the players that like the cutout on the back. Like
so,
the knee slit.
So, frankly, he's missing an opportunity to force the Gen 1 purchasers to upgrade. He's being honest about it.
That's being good of him, having a little selection.
Thank you to HydroFit for helping support this webcast and keeping this rolling. All right, SURICATOS in a dire situation. 1 minute left on the clock, 3 points to go.
So we kind of see if they do like a full court press or what the move is here.
Well, let's do a pod count. What are you seeing out there for SURICATOS pods?
I mean, I see four. I see one that's got a little bit extra.
Too much.
But it looks like they're lining up like they're going to send some people up the middle. So let's see how this goes on your breakout screen here. You got SURICATOS on your left, FATALE's on your right.
SURICATOS going to go out to the corner, up the middle, D1.
And it is looking like 5 alive for SURICATOS. FEMMES are also 5 alive.
Too many SURICATOS have planted their feet. They're really giving up the rush opportunity here.
We got the SURICATOS snake players crawling down, the Dorito player crawling down. SURICATOS are going to lose a player out of the center, though.
That's okay.
But they still got more in there. And they're going to lose their snake. So 30 seconds left. I think this might be all she wrote for SURICATOS.
Unfortunately, I think this will go to time, barring a major red flag or something over there on the FEMMES side.
That would be a gift.
Yeah.
You might want that.
Yeah. SURICATOS gave a good accounting of themselves. Not enough to overcome what the FEMMES presented. FEMMES have a game plan, and that game plan is move up the middle, off the break, and hold the tapes. And it's worked.
So they're trying. I'll say that is going to be it, though.
All right, well, congratulations to FEMMES. You wrapped it up. You held down. You locked it. SURICATOS just couldn't figure out a way to overcome the FEMMES game plan, and FEMMES stuck with their game plan, and it worked. So congrats to them. Nick, thank you so much for joining us. I hope you had a good time.
It's always a great time coming up here and commentating with you.
All right, well, I take that as an oral contract that you're coming back.
We'll work on that.
I'll hold you to that. Well, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Hope you had a good time. Thank you for joining us here on Day 2 WNXL action here in Tampa Bay, just outside of Raymond James Stadium, home of the Buccaneers. Thanks to the NXL. We'll be back in just a couple minutes with more WNXL action. Don't go anywhere.